Hello, Internet. It is I, Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today, we're going to be talking about City of Dreams. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. Okay, so it's reviews 64%. There's only like 14 reviews. It's not a whole lot to go off of, obviously. But 64 is still a positive score, so there's that. But there's no audience score. It doesn't show an audience score, mainly because very few people have seen this movie. But the scores I have seen, the ratings I've seen, they're all 5-star ratings for the most part. Like all 5-star ratings. Which, sounds great. Sounds, seems like a really good thing. But here's here's the thing with a lot of these 5-star reviews that I don't I don't like is that a lot of these reviews, like, they have like they kind of say like the same thing, where they say, "Oh, this movie is like a call to action." It's gonna, people need to see this movie. It's very eye opening. It's gonna, make people aware of this problem. And there's another one right here. This movie is a catalyst for change. And okay, so obviously, this movie is about child trafficking, which is a very terrible thing that has been going on in the world for a long time, right? And obviously, it's something that shouldn't exist and should go away forever, right? We all agree with that. But to expect this one movie, to actually make a serious impact and like stop, to think that it's gonna like stop child trafficking is silly. It's silly. It is unrealistic, and it's just straight foolish to believe such a thing, because this is just a movie. And besides, we as a society have a habit of, like, when something, bad goes down, when there's like a serious problem going on, we focus on it for like a little bit, but once another problem pops up, everyone goes to that problem, and then the previous problem, it gets ignored. This happens all the time because, we obviously, when it comes to news, we have a very short attention span. And yeah, so, and besides, like, just because you make a movie like calling out a problem doesn't mean that problem is just gonna go away or be like dealt with immediately. Like, that's just not how it works. Like, there've been plenty of movies that have gone over like just like the worst aspects of humanity, like some like really shitty stuff. So, like racism, homophobia, or sexual assault, or shit like that. And even when you make movies about these problems, do the problems disappear? Do they get dealt with? No, they're still there, unfortunately. That's just how it is. So they expect this movie to make a real difference. It's it's foolish. It's not gonna happen at all. Okay. So I just have to say that, because this talk about how this movie is like so important, like, it just, and I'm just like, no, it's not. It's not as important as you think it is. Like, literally, Sound of Hope 2 months ago, how that movie was, people, they thought, oh, this movie's gonna like have like a real impact, and yet it has been forgotten about, just completely forgotten. And it's only been 2 months, and it's just gone, wiped from public consciousness. And I have a strong feeling the same thing is gonna happen to this movie in a month or two. The same thing. Okay. So you may not agree with what I have to say, and that's fine. But that's just how I feel about this. Okay. So, okay, we're done with that part. Because I felt I had to say something about it. Okay. Um. All right. What else? Well. There's not much else really to this movie in terms of like pros. So let's just go to cons. And this is the fact that this movie is, first of all, this movie is in but like very few theaters, which is, not exactly a great way to spread the message, you know, and when you're only like 774 theaters, you think you want to have it more theaters, and so the message is spread further, right? Wouldn't that make sense? But I guess whoever was distributing this movie, Roadside, they just didn't feel like doing it. Although they did, I think I remember like reading an article where they gave out like several like thousands of tickets or something for people who like couldn't afford to like go to see the movie to like spread awareness and stuff. But still, like that's way too many. That's not way too many. There's too few theaters to really make a serious impact at the box office, unless something real crazy happens. But I don't think it's gonna happen. So yeah, a very low theater count. That's a con. Um, Another con. There's just so many movies coming out this weekend. Not to mention all the movies are already out. It's just too much, and we have like so many movies. It's very likely only a few will survive, and the rest will fade from existence. And I feel like this is gonna be one of those movies. So yeah, so that's a con. And there's also the fact that Sound of Freedom, okay, went over the same topic of child trafficking. That movie was a huge hit. It was a movie that came out of nowhere, shocked everyone, and it was a mini phenomenon. Got basically, because middle America watched the movie, and as a result, it became a big hit. But here's the thing: is that this movie it very much is trying to like emulate that, and to think it's gonna like have the same impact again is silly. Because lightning, like that Sound of Freedom, that was lightning in a bottle, absolutely lightning in a bottle. So to expect that to happen again is just not not realistic at all. Like the same issue I had with Sound of Hope is that the way like they wanted that movie to be like Sound of Freedom so bad, they wanted to emulate that success, and it refused to happen. And I feel like the same thing will happen here. So just this movie wanting to have the same success, the same as Sound of Freedom, when it's very very likely it won't. That's a con. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So opening weekend, it's like I don't know. I'm not getting like any like early numbers for a lot of these movies, so I can't really say how well they'll do. I can't say with confidence how well they'll do. So I'm gonna say 1 to 3 million. I have a wide range. 1 to 3 million for the 3 day. I don't know, like 2 to 4 million for the 4 day, and then its final total 10, less than 10, over 10. I don't know, man. But yeah, that's it. We're halfway done, okay? We're halfway there. We got Reagan, Slingshot, and You Gotta Believe. And then we're done with this god awful weekend. So yeah. But yeah, so that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn notifications, share the whole drill. We'll check out more videos like this. I got a playlist on the homepage. All previous prediction videos I've made this year and the past few years. You want to watch any of those videos, go right ahead. There's also the Cancel series. You want to watch all episodes of that, go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. Um, so my August recap will be in about a week and a half. My summer recap will be at the end of September. So stay tuned for that as well. That'll be a two-parter. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos of mine on the channel, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.